Hey everybody, it's Danny, and I know that today isn't Wednesday, it's actually Saturday. I've had a busy week and one full of drama. So I'm posting the video today because it's really the first chance that I have to post the video. um, Anyways, it's week 14. This week's topic is identity. How do you feel or did you feel about losing your lesbian identity if you had one? How do you feel about your female partner losing their lesbian identity? And have you found your trans identity and how has that made you feel? For me, my lesbian identity was very inconsistent. I'll put it this way. I only came out as a lesbian for like a year, if that, before I realized that I was a transgendered man. So losing that identity made me feel free because for me I always felt like I was lying to people when I told them I was a lesbian or when they, found out I was a lesbian or thought I was a lesbian, I should put it that way. um, so for me it was kind of a freedom thing, like I don't have to lie to people anymore because I'm a straight man, not a lesbian. People still call me a lesbian to this day, and I was never really one. So it kind of made me feel better about myself. Um, as for my wife, though, losing her lesbian identity, that was a trip and a half. Um, we had argued about my transition when we first started dating for like 6 months before she would open up to the fact that I was not a lesbian, that I was a transgender man. So she was very worried about losing her lesbian identity. She always said she wanted to be married to a woman married to a woman. She's now married to a man. She identifies as bisexual. I identify as a straight man. She's very open to either sex now. For me, that's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. But I always felt that my transition put a wedge in between us because I am no longer a woman, and she's always been a very, basically big lesbian. So when she lost that identity, I just saw pieces of her fall away, and it made me not feel so good about a lot of things. So needless to say, I'm very, I don't know, on the fence about my wife's identity because of how important her identity, I want to say was to her. I'm going to say was, but I'm pretty sure it is. But her identity was a big part of her life. Like, that was how she identified herself, I want to say. She she was very big about being a lesbian. Like, that was her thing. She was the lesbian. And now she's not, and I think she feels lost without that identity. So I want to say that, the identity thing's actually a lot harder on her than she wants to let out. It's also a lot bigger than she wants to let people know. As for me, my trans identity, I feel that I found it 3.5 years ago, whatever, when I started transitioning 3 years ago. I don't know, it's been a while. Because I've always felt like the man trapped in a woman's body, I should say. And when I found out that I could make the inside and the outside be one, be like, the outside projecting the inside, I got super excited and got very into research and studying and understanding what, why, where, when, and how, as I want to put it. So I jumped into my my trans identity very quickly. And I don't know, I think I'm the most comfortable in my trans identity. I'm the most comfortable I've been ever. Like, I have a bajillion friends now. It's not really that many. I only have like 5 good friends, but they're good friends, and they've seen me through a lot, and I get more and more friends every day because I'm comfortable with myself in my trans identity, and I was never comfortable with myself in my lesbian identity or my identity as a kid or whatever. So I didn't really have friends, but I have them now, and people look up to me now because I feel good about myself, and I don't know, I'm very comfortable with who I am right now and who I'm going to be. But I actually think that's all I have for this week. Not really much else for me to say. Next week is week 15. I'm going to try to post on time, which, we'll see. But it'll definitely be closer to Wednesday than Saturday. I just, not a good week for me. But next week is week 15. We're talking about hobbies and junk. Basically, what do we do? What do we like? Stuff like that outside of the drag world. So, I don't know. I might have some things to talk about. We'll see what I come up with because I'm boring. But stay tuned for next week and keep an eye on the channel. And we'll see you later.